But we saw, we saw roaches, hydralisks, infestors, speedlings, banelings, and the different strategies used on different maps. There's a lot of diversity in ZVZ. Maybe not in the mid-game competition. Kind of everyone pretty much goes to some combination of roach, hydra, infestor for the most part. But how to get there? Like, we saw Vortex play a game without ever getting Zerging speed. He just went straight to roaches, and just made a wall, went for early roach timing, and just played defensive macro, and then went with a bunch of roach attacks. And then we saw a game where it was a lot of Zerging baiting pressure, and we see games where there's double evil upgrades, we see fast thirds before layer, and we see later layer attacks. But we are in now the third set. The overall score is tied up 1-1 between Na'Vi and Fnatic. And of course, this is game 1 between Happyzerg and Miniraser. Each player versus player has a best of 3. Then if they win the best of 3, their team gets 1 point. The first team at 3 points wins the match, goes on to the grand finals of the ESL Euro Series finals, basically. So here we are. The bottom right-hand location of Belcher Vestige. You have the orange Zerg representing Na'Vi, Happyzerg. And of course, representing Fnatic, the pink Zerg, Miniraser. You know, I haven't seen a pink Zerg too often. Machine used to play pink a lot. I imagine he still does play pink a lot. I haven't seen too many Machine games lately. Of course, he's a player for Evil Geniuses. But orange is a more kind of staple color. You know, Na'Vi loves their Zergs, if you think about it, right? The first match, they played Lowly, Zerg. Second match, they played Monado, again, Zerg. Third match, they played Happyzerg. Well, it'd be kind of weird if his name was Happyzerg and he wasn't Zerg. But yes, he's Zerg, so that's 3 Zergs in a row. Their fourth match, they're going to play Straylock, so they got a Terran. Then their fifth match is back to Monado again. So 4 out of 5 matchups, we're going to see Zerg from Na'Vi. So mostly Eastern Europe. And Na'Vi, of course, most of their StarCraft 2 players are from the Ukraine. On this lineup, I think they're all from the Ukraine except for Lowly is from Belarus. We've got a pause from Miniraser. Let's talk a little bit about the build differences. One thing that actually, I mean, it's been pretty standard. Both players went hatchery first, right? Nothing too crazy's happened yet, guys. It's not like you've missed, massive banning connections. But there is a pretty significant difference. And it's that Happyzerg went hatchery, then gas, then pool. And that order is actually, in this case, the order's not that important. It could have been hatch, pool, gas. Wouldn't be too big of a difference in this specific case. Whereas Miniraser, after he got his natural hatchery, he got the pool, and now he's getting the gas, but his gas is much later. It wasn't pool then gas. It was pool then drone, then drone, then drone, then eventually gas, right? So Miniraser has a much later extractor. And of course, that means right now, if you look at the incomes, this is the main difference. They both have the same number of workers right now. But you see there's gas coming in here for Happyzerg, but the mineral income for Miniraser is higher. So if you add up the two numbers, they should roughly be the same. I mean, they bounce around a bit, but it should be fairly similar. But the difference that, well, not now they're going to be exactly similar, going to even out. The difference is in that timing, we saw basically about 90 gas extra for Happyzerg this game. He's got 90 more gas, which means he's already started Zerging speed, and he's barely behind in gas. But Miniraser has 90 more minerals, and we haven't seen what he's going to put that to use yet, but that could come into play later. It could be, he could get a spine crawler. That could pretty much be it. It could be faster third base. Could be additional queens. Probably with him getting gas, he's probably not get too many additional queens. Actually, yes, there goes the third queen on the way. So he's gonna get a third queen. So it's faster gas, faster baiting nest for Happyzerg, whereas a third queen for Miniraser, which is I'm trying to think of how this will play out differently. So with 3 queens, you can keep one in the main to do injects, and you can still have, inject a natural and quickly get the 2 of the natural back to block the ramp. So it's a little bit better for defensive purposes. Spreading the creep is kind of nice, so you can, I think he wants to set up a wall here, right? He wants to get his creep tumor down so he gets creep in this area, So we can do like an Evo Chamber wall and a Spine Crawler. So, I mean, the obvious thing is that we're going to see Miniraser for the opening parts of this game be a little bit more defensive. Because he has less gas, slower speedlings, slower banings, less gas to be able to spend on banings. And if he's being aggressive, he spent 150 minerals on a queen that can't participate in that aggression. So he's pretty much forfeiting his ability to be really aggressive early on by getting that earlier third queen. But the advantage he's getting is he can set up a good wall if he needs to. He's already got to jump on creep spread. He can go hunt overlords for these 2 queens. In fact, this overlord's charging him. Overlord should probably not charge a queen there. He really wants to get this overlord. All right, he's gonna split up. 1 queen's gonna get that one queen's gonna this. Or is he? Yeah, no, with this one running away, it has too much life. In fact, he's actually not even going to go for this Overlord either. Might have been, I mean, he's actually just losing some injects here now. For no gain. Sometimes it's okay to lose an inject and get the Overlord kill, but... and in fact, he's actually just cranking out nothing but speedlings. So wait, you know what? That 3rd queen was like a mind game thing. Oh, the Overlord spotted it. I think he was saying I'd push the Overlords away so they wouldn't scout me, and then he would think I'm playing defensive, then I'd catch him off guard. But he's been scouted. What's the reaction by Happyzerg? All right, queens on the ramp, perfect. 2 banings ready to defend. Oh, and this ramp wall is so important here. Banings trying to get a good connect. Oh, both banings going down. Great moves for Miniraser. He could actually make this work now. He's morphed a ton of his own banings, and 2 less banings for Happyzerg is a big deal. Oh, the banings are clumped. Can Happyzerg get the connections? It actually wasn't bad for Miniraser. He got the Spine Core as well. Coming in here now. Speedlings escorting the banings, taking out the Spine Core with the speedlings. Banings stay nearby. More banings coming in from Miniraser. Happyzerg got to keep that wall up. Whew. Queens get there just in time. They do have transfusions, a nice double transfuse there. More banings coming in. Drones, they're clumping at the wrong moment. Oh no. Somehow they survive. Banings more interested in getting the speedlings, in fact. The queens on the ramp have fallen, but so have most of Miniraser's speedlings. There's still a lot of drones here. Meanwhile, there's a Spire almost complete for Happyzerg. Mutas, of course, could be devastating. But if Miniraser does enough economic damage first, he can defend with spores and he'll be okay. Drones are retreating. The natural's being forfeit. So he can go straight for that hatchery, I think. No, he's actually going for the Spine Crawler first. I think he wants to get the hatchery or go into the main. Oh, a massive banings coming in from Miniraser. Going straight for the main here. No mutas in production yet. Happyzerg needs to get something on the field. He has resources to get the mutas, but no. At that point, there's no way they can come out in time. He would take devastating drone damage. And it's not a situation where, oh, I got mutas, I can defend my base. That means I'm okay. Well, no. If you defend your base, but you've lost all your drones, your opponent just builds Spore Crawlers. And, of course, you can't win with the counterattack. They're going to rebuild and take you out. So, a very great Game 1 victory by Miniraser there. It was kind of interesting. That's a very... You see this mass speeding baiting strategy quite a bit. But to do it with a later gas, so you're giving your opponent map control of the faster speedings. The 3rd queen is kind of a really cool trick because you're like, hey, look, you got gas first, you have map control, I've got the 3rd queen. We're just going to kind of like be extra defensive, make sure you have more transfusions. That's the mentality, right? That you're conveying to your opponent. But in reality, the 3rd queen is there to just help push the overlords away and make your opponent have a little bit later reaction and just hit them when they have no idea. And you saw that Happyzerg was going straight to mutas, didn't have enough banings or spines or appropriate defense, and just got slammed by by Miniraser. Sorry, I was seeing Minato in the game lobby, and I was like, Minato and Miniraser sound very similar. But yeah, really well done there. So we're gonna get into Game 2 of Happyzerg versus Miniraser after a short break.